guests in the community room. That's the large room behind and to the right of the Gala Cafe." The monitor beeped a message which he bent over to read. Then he leaned over to Savannah's ear. "You are most particularly requested to meet the artist." He straightened back up. "Make your way through the gift shop, and you'll find the circular stairway to the right of the cafe. The elevators are just beyond the stairway. Please enjoy yourselves." He smiled briefly and turned to the next guest. They walked through the extensive gift shop to the cafe. Edward flagged down a server holding a tray of bubbly flutes. He grabbed 2. "Here, love." He handed her a flute. "I know you love champagne." Savannah smiled. They clinked glasses and sipped. She licked her lips, then smiled. "Delicious. That's an excellent vintage. They're not stinting on the caliber of the refreshments." She looked at Edward's puzzled frown over the rim of her flute. "It's pretty common to get cheap eats at these exhibits. The artists usually have to buy everything." They each took a skewer of grilled shrimp from another of the many servers. Scrumptious. She grabbed his hand. "Come around to the outside. There's something back there I think you'll appreciate." They took a left at the cafe and exited the building through 2 sets of double doors, out onto an outdoor space populated by Dali-inspired sculptures. The most prominent was a giant up-curled black mustache with a space in the center for posing. Savannah pulled on Edward's hand and stopped at an opening in the hedges at the far back of the property. "This is it." "Is this a maze?" He looked at the entrance with his arms out wide as if to hug the world. "I love them!" "I know. I can't believe you didn't know this was here." She smiled and stepped into the graveled pathway on her tiptoes to prevent her heels from sinking into the sandy soil below the thin layer of gravel. "Come on, the party can wait a few minutes." It took less than 5 minutes of curving loops and whirls to make their way to the central circle of the maze. Edward pulled her into his arms for a warm kiss. "Thank you. I enjoyed my surprise. I know these things are popular in Europe, but pretty rare here." She had given him a key to her house last month. Since her father's murder, she was finding it hard to commit to a permanent live-in relationship. "We need to get—" She screeched and began to fall. Edward caught her around the waist and lifted her up to extract her heels from the soft ground. "Those delicious shoes are a hazard to your ankles in this footing. I'll have you back in a jiff." "No need." Savannah wiggled herself out of his grasp and carefully onto the path. "I think I stepped on something. I'm fine now." She straightened her dress and looked down on the path. "There it is. That's what tripped me." She bent and picked up a cardboard hamburger container. "This is a strange place to eat fast food. Who would do something like this? I'll put it in the trash can inside." "Speaking of inside, we need to get going," said Edward. They returned to the building, and Savannah tossed the wrapper into the first waste can she saw. They replaced their empty flutes with fresh champagne, then climbed the white spiral stairway to the 3rd floor and entered the main exhibit hall reserved for visiting collections. A 10-foot-tall freestanding banner announced the exhibit, with a picture of Dennis Lansing beside a tall, blood-red, heart-shaped vessel etched with scribbled writing and images of lilacs and daffodils. Edward stood in front of the banner. What an unusual combination! My mother is fascinated with the Victorian secret language of flowers. She would know what they mean. "That's a thing?" asked Savannah. "Really? Explain." He grimaced. Mum gave me this lecture frequently. She couldn't fathom that I might not be interested. You might as well have the short version. History relates that during the reign of Queen Victoria, the language of flowers was as important to people as being well dressed. For example, the recognizable scent of a specific